Our oceans, once teeming with vibrant marine life, now face a hidden danger that threatens their very existence. Microplastics, tiny fragments of plastic less than 5 millimeters in size, infiltrate our waterways, our food chain, and even the air we breathe. These insidious particles, born from our insatiable appetite for plastic, now pose a significant threat to the delicate balance of our planet. Microplastics come from a variety of sources, including larger plastic debris that degrades into smaller pieces. They are found in everyday products like cosmetics, clothing, and industrial processes. As they accumulate, they harm marine life and make their way into our bodies, raising concerns about long-term health effects. The invisible threat of microplastics is a growing crisis that demands urgent attention and action. The pervasiveness of microplastics is a stark reminder of our dependence on plastic. From the clothes we wear to the packaging of our food, plastic has become ubiquitous in our lives. This over-reliance on plastic, coupled with inadequate waste management systems, has led to a world awash in plastic waste. The ubiquitous nature of microplastics may seem overwhelming, but it is not a lost cause. Awareness of the issue is growing, and with it, a global movement to combat plastic pollution. Governments, organizations, and individuals are coming together to find solutions to this pressing environmental challenge. The journey of a microplastic often begins with a much larger entity, a plastic bottle discarded on the side of the road. This bottle, once used and then carelessly thrown away, starts its long and transformative journey. It may seem harmless at first, just another piece of litter, but its impact is far-reaching and insidious. Similarly, a fishing net lost at sea, drifting aimlessly in the vast ocean, becomes a source of microplastics. These nets, designed to be strong and durable, eventually succumb to the relentless forces of nature. Or consider a plastic bag tumbling across a barren landscape, caught in the wind and snagged on a tree. These larger plastic items, seemingly indestructible, are slowly broken down by the forces of nature. They may travel great distances, crossing deserts, forests, and oceans before they begin to disintegrate. Sunlight, with its ultraviolet radiation, weakens the plastic's molecular bonds, making it brittle and prone to fragmentation. Over time, the once solid and sturdy plastic begins to crack and crumble under the relentless exposure to UV rays. Waves, relentlessly crashing against the shore, further pulverize these plastic fragments, grinding them into smaller and smaller pieces. The constant motion of the water acts like a natural grinder, breaking down the plastic into tiny particles. The wind, too, plays its part, carrying these fragments across vast distances, scattering them across land and sea. It lifts the tiny particles into the air, spreading them far and wide, often to places where they were never intended to be. What was once a single identifiable piece of plastic is now countless microscopic particles dispersed far and wide. These microplastics infiltrate ecosystems, entering the food chain and impacting wildlife and human health. The journey of a plastic item, from a giant to a fragment, is a sobering reminder of the lasting impact of our waste. Beyond the breakdown of larger plastics, there exists a hidden world of microplastic shedding occurring silently in our homes and communities every day. This shedding originates from a surprising source: our clothes. Synthetic fabrics such as polyester, nylon, and acrylic are essentially woven plastics, and with each wash cycle, they release countless tiny fibers into the wastewater stream. The pursuit of enhanced product performance and aesthetics has led to the inclusion of microplastics in a surprising array of consumer products, often unbeknownst to the user. Microbeads, for instance, have become a common additive in personal care products such as exfoliating scrubs, toothpastes, and shower gels. These tiny plastic spheres, typically less than 1 millimeter in diameter, are designed to provide a scrubbing or abrasive effect. The production of plastic itself, while essential to countless industries, is not without its own contribution to microplastic pollution. Plastic pellets, also known as nurdles, serve as the raw material for a wide range of plastic products. These small lentil-sized pellets are easily transportable and melted down to create various shapes and forms. In the sunlit surface waters of the world's oceans, a tragedy of mistaken identity is unfolding. Plankton, the foundation of the marine food web, graze on microscopic algae, their tiny bodies fueling a vast and intricate ecosystem. But now, amidst the nourishing algae, lurks a deceptive feast: microplastics. These tiny fragments of plastic, mimicking the size, shape, and even color of plankton, become an insidious part of the plankton's diet. The dangers of microplastics extend far beyond their physical presence in the environment. These tiny plastic fragments act like sponges, absorbing persistent organic pollutants or POPs from the surrounding water. POPs, a group of hazardous chemicals that include pesticides, industrial chemicals, and byproducts of combustion, are known to persist in the environment for long periods, accumulating in the fatty tissues of organisms. Beneath the waves, hidden from our everyday view, lies a world of intricate beauty and ecological significance: the seabed. Here, amidst the shifting sands and coral reefs, a diverse array of organisms make their home. But even in these seemingly remote depths, the impact of microplastics is being felt. The interconnectedness of life in the ocean is a delicate tapestry woven together by intricate relationships between species and their environment. Microplastics, through their pervasive presence and multifaceted impacts, are disrupting the balance of this intricate web, posing a significant threat to marine biodiversity. From the depths of the ocean to the shallows of our shores, microplastics have infiltrated the very fabric of our planet's ecosystems. Now these minute fragments of our plastic legacy have found their way to our tables, becoming an unwelcome guest in our food chain. The food we consume, once a source of nourishment and sustenance, now carries with it the potential burden of these invisible contaminants. The human body, a marvel of intricate systems and delicate balances, is now grappling with a new challenge: the ingestion and inhalation of microplastics. These tiny plastic particles, once confined to the environment, have breached the barriers of our bodies, raising concerns about their potential impact on human health. Section 3. Unraveling the enigma of effects. The scientific community is racing against time to unravel the complex enigma of microplastics' effects on human health. Research in this field is relatively new, and definitive answers about long-term consequences remain elusive. However, preliminary findings suggest a range of potential health concerns that warrant serious attention. Section 4. A sea of uncertainty. Despite growing research efforts, the field of microplastic toxicology is still in its infancy. Many questions remain unanswered, leaving us to navigate a sea of uncertainty when it comes to the long-term health consequences of microplastic exposure. The pervasiveness of microplastic pollution may seem daunting, but it is not insurmountable. Just as our actions have contributed to this global challenge, so too can they be part of the solution. By embracing a multifaceted approach that encompasses individual choices, technological innovation, and policy changes, we can stem the plastic tide and chart a course toward a cleaner, healthier future. Addressing a global challenge like microplastic pollution requires a collective effort that transcends geographical boundaries and societal divisions. Governments, industries, communities, and individuals all have a role to play in creating a world where plastic is valued as a resource, not a pollutant. The challenge of microplastic pollution is a symptom of a larger issue: our unsustainable relationship with plastic. Addressing this root cause requires a fundamental shift in our mindset, embracing a more conscious and sustainable approach to how we produce, consume, and dispose of plastic. The insidious creep of microplastics across our planet is a stark reminder of humanity's profound impact on the natural world. These tiny, almost invisible particles are a testament to our modern lifestyle, one that is heavily reliant on plastic for convenience and efficiency. Yet this convenience comes at a significant cost. These tiny particles, born from our insatiable appetite for plastic, have permeated every corner of our environment, from the depths of the ocean to the air we breathe, and even the food we consume. Microplastics have been found in the most remote places on Earth, from the Arctic ice to the deepest ocean trenches, highlighting the pervasive nature of this pollution. The consequences of this plastic legacy, though not yet fully understood, are far-reaching and potentially devastating. Marine life suffers immensely, with countless species ingesting or becoming entangled in plastic waste. This not only threatens biodiversity, but also disrupts entire ecosystems, which in turn affects human livelihoods and food security. The challenge of microplastic pollution is complex and multifaceted, demanding a collective response that transcends national borders and societal division. Governments, industries, and individuals must work together to address this issue. International cooperation is crucial, as plastic pollution knows no boundaries and affects all nations. It requires a fundamental shift in our relationship with plastic, from one of careless convenience to one of conscious responsibility. This means rethinking our consumption patterns, reducing our reliance on single-use plastics, and embracing a more sustainable lifestyle. Education and awareness are key components in driving this change. We must acknowledge that the plastic we discard does not simply disappear. It fragments into smaller and smaller pieces, persisting in the environment for generations and ultimately coming back to haunt us. These microplastics can enter the food chain, posing potential health risks to humans and animals alike. The journey toward a future free from the scourge of microplastic pollution begins with individual actions. Each of us has the power to make a difference by making more sustainable choices in our daily lives. Simple actions such as refusing single-use plastics can have a significant impact. Every choice we make, from the products we buy to the way we dispose of our waste, has the power to contribute to the solution. By supporting companies that prioritize sustainability and by properly recycling, we can help reduce the amount of plastic that ends up in our environment. By embracing reusable alternatives, supporting sustainable businesses, and advocating for policy changes, we can collectively stem the plastic tide and create a world where plastic is valued as a resource, not a pollutant. Businesses play a crucial role in this transition by adopting eco-friendly practices and reducing their plastic footprint. The time for action is now. We cannot afford to wait any longer. The longer we delay, the more severe the consequences will be for our planet and future generations. The health of our planet, and indeed our own well-being, depends on it. A healthy environment is essential for our survival, providing us with clean air, water and food. Protecting our natural resources is not just an environmental issue, but a matter of human health and prosperity. Let us rise to the challenge together and create a legacy of responsible stewardship for generations to come. By working together, we can build a sustainable future where both people and nature thrive. Our collective efforts today will determine the quality of life for future generations.